Little line at the bottom of the Mirror, but, big story, Riyadh. Ronaldo, this is my last World Cup, which I guess isn't the biggest surprise in the world, bearing in mind he's going to be 41 in February. He's gone on to say, hasn't he, that he wants to score 1,000 goals, Riyadh. He's not going to be happy till he's got 1,000, and he's, on 953?
He'll get to his 1,000. I mean, he's still scoring them by the sackload in Saudi Arabia. I think, look, clearly he's going to be 41 by the time of the next World Cup, and even Ronaldo has limits. I mean, look, to be quite frank, I thought he was very poor in the Euros, and I think I wrote at the time, in fact, about Roberto Martinez. I thought his management of that was quite weak, given the squad that Portugal took to Germany, and the way they performed by accommodating this person who wasn't willing to press or do the work off the ball. That system, that team could have really played effectively. I think it really held Portugal back. Now, all of that being said, we are talking about a tremendous player who is by far exceeding the boundaries of what is normally possible for an elite level player in his 40s. Even if you go through his stats this year, he's a goal a game in Saudi Arabia. We can talk all day about the level over there, but in the first half of the show, I was talking about making a case for Ivan Toney with England. Ronaldo, at 11 years older than him, is scoring more goals in Saudi Arabia. So there's a little bit of context about where his level is at. As for getting to 1,000, there is not a chance that man will retire before he hits four figures. I think we can probably all reliably bet on that.
I think, Crossy, that's the thing, isn't it? The cynics would say that this is a World Cup too far and that Roberto Martinez should have already had the conversation with him.
Yeah, it does feel like that. I do think we've sort of kind of approached that sort of view with the last 2/3 tournaments. He's just such an all-time great. You've just got to give him credit, and massive, credit. But he isn't that overbearing figure sometimes, and it feels like he can be the most important player, most demanding, player on the pitch, and that's the point, isn't it? Sometimes you've got this great figure, an absolute legend of the game. But, do the players, even as good experience, and winning as sort of Portuguese internationals, really want to kind of do things themselves, or do they see the guy to the other side and basically you've got Cristiano screaming for the ball? Well, what are you going to do? It's bound to affect your mentality, and it does impinge, I think, on that squad mentality. And there's no doubt about it. He's not the unbelievable superstar that he once was, and I do think listen, I'd love to see him go out with a great hurrah and one last goodbye, and it would be an amazing story if they can do really well in the tournament. So let's hope he goes out with a bang, because honestly, he really deserves it. But I think for the sake of the squad, I do think maybe the manager should have had the conversation, or a really good pal should have had a good conversation with him. Maybe Piers Morgan should have, but a while ago, and just sort of said, look, come on, Cristiano, give someone else a go. Because, an all-time great, nothing should detract from that. But I do think, it shouldn't surprise us, but maybe it does, that it'll be his last World Cup.
It's a bit like you, Crossy, at the Mirror, isn't it? Everyone's just waiting in the wings.
Don't say that. Don't tempt fate.